Da-da-da-da. He muted his mic. What an amateur. What an amateur. Anyway, you missed my Manchester accent. I was saying, how we doing, everyone? It's Saturday. United Legacy. I'm sorry, I've got to stop that. Anyway, I'll start that again. Let's pretend that intro didn't happen. I was muting my mic whilst I was getting ready, people. It's what happens when you go live, right? Sometimes technical hitches. But how are we all doing? It is 11:22 a.m. in the UK. It is grey. It is miserable. It's cloudy out there. But we're all here in the United Legacy Arms. We've got our cans at the ready. How is everybody doing? Richard, I can see you down there in the comments. Ian, you're driving to the game. Salim, Klein, some regulars here in the United Legacy Arms and plenty watching on Facebook. I'll give a few shout outs. Gareth McConnell, I can see you. David, I can see you there. Benaya watching on YouTube. Darry, Craig Williams. Lots of you coming in here straight away. How are we all feeling ahead of the game today? We've got about 7 minutes roughly until the starting 11's coming out. Who will be in there? I think it's going to be quite a predictable team. You saw my predicted 11 and my preferred 11 if you looked at my video yesterday. But the team will be out soon. I'm sure there'll be a surprise or two. Will we see McFred? Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Will we see Ronaldo start up front? Spoiler alert. Yeah, we will. Ronaldo, who, by the way, has just been named Manchester United's Player of the Month, ahead of David De Gea. Not sure I entirely agree with that. I thought De Gea was nothing short of phenomenal in September, but Ronaldo's bagging in goals left, right, and centre. I can't begrudge it too much. But Everton, where Everton in the league? Let me pull up the table. Let me see how. I mean, Manchester United right now, after what happened last weekend against Aston Villa. Hey, man, you can't afford to have a game like that against Villa and not win the game the following weekend. If we have a look here at the table, this is how it's sitting. Oh, by the way, look at. Do you like my additions to United Legacy Arms? Got some nice beer there. Look at that. One sec. Some nice beer here. Some nice fruit-based beverages for the ladies. And a little tip jar if anybody fancies feeling, a bit fancy. Throwing a quid in there. But look, United Legacy Arms is getting bigger and better every week. We've even got a scoreboard up there. Jeez, I tell you what, the technology these days. Woo, enjoying it. But let's have a look at the Premier League table. And Everton are sitting right next to us. Played 6, won 4, drawn 1, lost 1. The exact same record as Manchester United. Scored 1 less goal than United, but conceded 2 more. So it's fair to say that Everton have started very similar to Man United, and they're coming in off the back of a 2-0 win against Norwich, I do believe. Yep, 2-0 win against Norwich at home. Now, it's interesting because we're going to be looking at this. I'll be looking at the team that they laid out. I'm going to be looking at the team that we should expect to see, and it is pretty much that lineup there. Salomon Rondon's going to cause some problems. We'll run into that. Of course, as always, we're going to look at the tactical board and see where the issues are. Damari Gray, he scored again. Was it against Norwich? I think it might have been against. I don't know where it was, Norwich. Anyway, Damari Gray's a decent form. Andros Townsend's always capable of a banger. Decore is going to be strong in midfield. I mean, let's find out what their starting 11 is. But how are you all feeling? How are you all feeling about the game today? Look at that. Thomas throwing a little 10 Norwegian, is it Norwegian krona? Into the tip jar. Thank you very much, sir. So you get a little noise that comes up. Little, don't know. That's what the technology will come up soon. But don't you worry. The background is going to get even sexier soon when it comes to United Legacy Arms. So don't you worry about that. 3 delicious points, says Einerman. That's what you're looking for. The bar snacks here today are scampi fries, Snyder's pretzel pieces, and 3 delicious points. What would you like, sir? You like 3 delicious points? Well, how about a can instead? Come on. It's the Legacy Arms. You got to have a can. Look, I can't help but be positive about Manchester United. I know there is a ton of negativity going around the club at the moment because of how Manchester United are playing ball. Manchester United aren't doing what we should be doing. Manchester United's performance against Villareal was largely pretty naff. But we won. We scored a 94th minute winner. And we spoke about it in the comments after that game. I'll ask again now. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a United game where we confidently strut it around and win 2-0, or would you rather a last-minute winner? And the last-minute winner for me is the halcyon of football. It's the pinnacle of football, especially when you're up against it. It's those moments that, yes, please. Victorin, you're sitting there going, can we get VDB in? Do you think that Donny is going to start? Yes or no? You let me know in the comments below. I'll read all of your comments, not all of the comments out. I'll try and read as many out as possible. Can you post a team sheet, says Chris. I will indeed post a team sheet as soon as it is out. And I think it should be out in a few minutes. Let me see if it's out yet. No, not just yet, but here you go. You can have a little bit of this. 1 second. Oh, too many screens going on right now. You can see here, Man United. They're going to the ground. There's Wan-Bissaka. He'll be back in. Will Fred start? We're not sure. Bruno, of course, he's going to start. No questions asked. Shaw. Interesting. Again, do you think Shaw will start? I don't know whether Shaw will be risked. I personally think that Shaw will start. I personally do think that Shaw will start. But let me see what you're thinking about here down in the comments. Gareth McConnell, you're saying last-minute winner every day of the week. You're in my camp. Me and you sitting here pretty, watching last-minute winners. A strut would be nice. Hey, look, Chris, you're not wrong there. A strut would be nice. I haven't really seen United strut around the pitch for a long time. And that's what people are annoyed at, man. We've gone through all these different managers that we have had different styles of play. With Van Gaal, we controlled a lot of the game, but it was just like, it's like limp noodle football. There was no real threat. Just like, blah, blah, blah. Weren't really doing anything to penetrate the opposition. Jose Mourinho, it was score and then sit back on the 1-0. If you can, maybe sit and hit on the counter with a second. But people want that. United fans want that domination back. They want us to be controlling the game, controlling how United play, controlling how the flow of the match goes. We haven't really done that. I haven't done that for a long time. And if we can't do it last week against Everton, if we can't do it last week against Aston Villa, who's to say that we can do it today against Everton, who are in much finer form than Aston Villa are? It's going to be a tricky game, man. Rafa Benitez, we all know what Rafa Benitez is as a manager. He's someone who is very disciplined. He does get his teams playing a very certain way, and you kind of know exactly what you're going to get from him. So I don't expect an easy game today. And I'll tell you what, Everton at Old Trafford just stings me. Remember that 4-4? I still remember that 4-4. Pumped up for this game, says Rody. Ronaldo to score again and a win. I'll take that, as always, throughout this entire stream. You know what to do. Fire in your predictions, fire in your questions, because it's going to start getting busy in T-minus 30 seconds because the team news will be out. And I can see plenty of you in the comments. Richard, that's a new face. Richard, you'll be joining in at some point. Salim, I can see you. Ian, I can see you. Klein, I can see you. It's a little bit quiet down the arms today. Where's everyone else? Jeez, early kickoff. Come on, people. Don't be lazy. But it's 11:30. Here's the team news out. Come on. Don't be disappointed me now, Man United. Let's have a look. The team news is in. I'll bring it to you in a second. We've got, actually, let me just put it on screen. Right there. We have got David De Gea starting. We've got Lindelof. Martial. Huh? What? Ronaldo's been benched. Oh, wow. Wow. Now, there is something I did not, for the life of me, expect. Oh, Cavani starting. Oh, baby. Okay. What's going on? Sancho's on the bench. Pogba's on the bench. It's Fred and McTominay. Huh? I'm trying to get my head around this team. It's De Gea. It's Wan-Bissaka and Shaw. Shaw's fit to play with Lindelof and Varane. Cool. It's McTominay. It's so hard to read the bloody starting 11 with the stupid numbers in a row. It's Cavani up front with Bruno in the middle, with Greenwood on the right, with Martial on the left? Or is it Cavani on the left? Oh, my God. What do you think about that in the comments? You let me know, ladies and gents. I'm quickly going to put this team news out on Facebook and on Twitter. So you talk amongst yourselves. Well, actually, no, don't talk amongst yourselves. Let me just quickly get these out. But that is a big surprise to me. There's a lot of surprises in that starting 11. I did not expect to see Ronaldo benched. I'm glad I didn't captain him in my Fantasy Premier League this week. I never would have expected Ronaldo to be benched. So Ronaldo's benched. What else we got? Fred and McTominay start. Oh, wow. Martial starts. That's the biggest. Martial starts? Martial and Cavani? That's a very different looking United attack. What's your reaction? You let me know in the comments below. I'll be with you in 1 minute. Just got to get these out. It's all about multitasking. Look, I'm typing. I'm not even looking. Let me see that there. Ba-da-ba-ba. and then we'll get a few of you straight on screen straight away. But there's a lot of surprises in there. I don't know how we're going to line up. Is it going to be Cavani playing on the... It shouldn't be Cavani on the left. I've always said that Martial is a better backup left winger than he is a better backup striker for Manchester United. So I don't know. That's so many questions. So many questions. So many questions. Right. Let's get this done now, people. You've been patient. I can see you all here. Let's get a few of you in. Let's talk about it. Who have we got here? Ian. Where are you? Oh, no, you're gone. Salim, you're there, sir. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello, Sam. I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing good, mate. What do you think about that lineup there? That's a big surprise, right?
The surprise for me is Martial. Everything else is good, but Martial, I'm surprised. You know, 2 years we were chasing Sancho, and now he's benching him. I don't know why.
Well, with Sancho's been out of form. I understand he's going to rotate, but if he was going to rotate there, I'm surprised he hasn't put Lingard in instead of Martial. If you're looking at players who deserve a position on form, Cavani, I'm happy with that, man. I'm happy with Cavani.
No, I can understand that. Look, Lingard is a calm player, is mid calm. He can be center mid. We can put Lingard in the wing. I don't think he can play on the wing.
That's true. We can see the comments here coming up. Someone who's saying that Ronaldo's played 90 minutes twice. Can't play 90 minutes in 2 days. 2 days? Is that how long it's been? But look, Ronaldo is 36. There will be certain games where Ronaldo will be rested.
We saw in the Villareal game, he was washed up in the end.
Oh, yeah, but Ronaldo doesn't press. It's not part of his game. But judging on that...
He never pressed. Even when Ronaldo was younger than that, he don't press.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it might have been his style to play when he was 2007, 8 years, but he cut that out of his game. He's a centre forward now, and he's our player of the month because he scored all the goals. Exactly, but now he's not starting. So, what do you think here? What's your prediction for the game, Celine, based on that team?
You know, as United fan since a long time, every game I want to win, and we're gonna win today. We have to win.
Yes, that's what we want. So, what do you think the score is going to be?
It will be 3-1.
3-1 to United.
2 for Cavani.
Martial? 2 for Cavani. Yes, please. Yeah. I'll take that, sir.
And Martial, maybe he will get penalty. I saw since Martial not playing, we don't get too many penalty as Martial in.
Well, let's find out today, eh? Well, thank you very much, Salim. I'll bring someone else on and we'll have another chat soon, my friend.
Good game.
Good game indeed. That's really taking me back. I'll tell you what the biggest surprise out of that whole team is, and we didn't even mention it there, Paul Pogba. Why is Paul Pogba not in the team? Ronaldo is a player that I can understand if he's being rested on occasion. You know, he's 36, it's going to happen. But Pogba being dropped from that team, and Sancho. So we've got Fred, we've got McTominay. Look, I know that today is a sort of game where I expect Fred and McTominay to actually really struggle, if I'm being completely honest. I'm probably going to put Martial out on the left. And that's such a different shape team that we've got going on there. That really is. Ronaldo, Cavani, fine with that. Ronaldo and Cavani, that's like elite for elite. That's cool. I worry about McTominay today and Fred. And I'll explain why now. With my very trusted rectangles. The rectangles are back. Because look at how Norwich. Look how Everton play. Let's go back here to Everton's game against Norwich. I can see Anime saying, "Can we just enjoy the game without complaining?" No, that's what football's about. Football's about complaining. It's a big part of the game. If you don't like that as a fan, well, everyone complains. But look how they set up here against Norwich. 2 really deep banks of 4. Damari Gray and Rondon hitting on the counter. It might end up being more like this. I might be being a bit too kind towards Everton in terms of their starting positions. They might well be more like that. And I think these are the games historically where Fred and McTominay have struggled, because this is where you need that sort of creative force from deep. Because when you're pinging the ball around here, if we were going to say what we expect to see today, what we would expect to see is for United to probably get plenty of possession, Plenty of possession in and around this area. United to really sort of be knocking that ball around. Martial, Bruno, back to Martial, back to Shaw, Fred, Martial, McTominay. I won't mind that to a degree, but it's about the tempo of the play. That's what people are going to really be looking at today. People are really going to be looking at how Manchester United play in terms of the style of the tempo. What we'll want to see is United moving the ball through the zones quickly instead of just hanging it around here. I mean, I think they will, though, man. I think they will. Let's quickly have a look, see if I can get up Everton starting 11 as well, just to make sure who they've got in their team. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very similar team to what they played against Norwich last weekend, but let's quickly find out for you. These are the sorts of things where if you're live on TV, you've got someone else to do this job for you, and you can just speak about it whilst it's happening. But no, here is their lineup. Godfrey, he wasn't in the team. We've got Pickford, Godfrey, Din, Lucas Digne, Mina and Keane, Adam Decore, Townsend, Gray, Gordon. Sod knows who Gordon is. And Rondon. So it's not exactly the same sort of team that they played before, but I imagine, is that, no, Demarai Gray is playing, Demarai Gray, maybe, are they playing two up top? Gordon, is he a striker? I don't know. You let me know in the comments below what you think. But I'm going to head down here now. I'm going to see what you're saying because there are a lot of question marks here. Anna, bring Sancho for Greenwood, Lingard, Ronaldo for Martial, and Matic for Scotty. They're the three changes you'd make. Abraham, you're saying, Ollie's experimenting on the team and what he's got. He doesn't know what combination really works for him. He hasn't decided how exactly he would like his style and play to be. Hope he figures it out. I think he knows what his style of play would be, if I'm being completely honest. Robert, you're saying Fred and McTominay do not need to play together. Matic between the back four. Perfect game for Donny, and he's on the bench. Gone in January, I think. Unleash Cavani and Ronaldo and put them to the sword. Cavani, I'm excited to see Cavani today. Really excited to see Cavani play. I think he was fantastic in his cameo when he came on against Villareal. I think he's a fantastic player. If we're looking at our bench today, our bench is pretty stacked. We've got Henderson, Telles, Bailly, Lingard, Matic, Pogba, Van der Beek, Ronaldo, and Sancho. If you're looking at three of the most likely substitutes from there, you're looking at Ronaldo, Sancho, and Pogba. Van der Beek, he won't get any minutes today. What do you think about that in the comments below? Look, I haven't done a full video on the Van der Beek situation. I'm doing that next week. Okay, don't worry about that. That's coming from me. So make sure you subscribe to United People TV if you want to see that. But Van der Beek's done. Van der Beek's done, and I don't mean Van der Beek is done. I think just Van der Beek's career at United is over before it really started. Poor lad, just can't get a break. He really, really can't. And it's a real shame for him, but it kind of is what it is with Van der Beek at this point now. I've reached the acceptance stage, if you want to call it. I want to see Donny van der Beek in the starting 11, but I've accepted the fact that it's not going to happen. So I'm not letting myself get pissed off at every starting 11 because what's the point? That's the stage I've reached with it anyway. Anthony, you're saying can't see Cavani going the full 90 minutes. I don't think you will. Gungshi, you're not happy at seeing McTominay and Fred again. Look, I don't think Cavani will last the full 90 minutes, if I'm being completely honest. I think that'll be part of it. I think we'll probably see Ronaldo coming on, and maybe Ronaldo can have the sort of impact from the bench that he's had from the start. But Cavani will be interesting. I think this is this has to be the biggest talking point and the surprise there. Because he could have played Pogba there. He could have played Sancho there. But he's playing Martial there. That, for me, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer giving Tony a chance. Really giving Tony a chance. At a time that I don't really, if I'm being honest, think that he deserves it. I think I'd rather see Martial. I'd rather see Sancho there. I'd rather see Pogba there. But instead, we've got Tony Martial. Something has happened. Something has happened. Or whether I don't know what it is. But Martial, what game was it? Was it Villa? Was it West Ham? I think it was West Ham. When we just had like 27 shots and he was just poor. Really, really poor. But he's not a striker. So if I see him out the left wing today, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to see what goes on there and see if he can play better. Jack, what you're saying there? Van der Beek is leaving. Let him leave. Probably part of Haaland Bellingham deal. Hey, that'd be decent, wouldn't it? But look, yeah. I don't want, I'll reiterate here quickly. I don't want Van der Beek to leave. I want Van der Beek to come into this starting 11, but I've accepted the fact that I don't really think there's any point in me getting annoyed about it anymore. Solskjaer's made his mind up. We just have to accept it. So what's the point of getting annoyed? Craig, I can see you down in the comments there, hiding. So I'm going to bring you in, sir. We'll have a little conversation. Don't think I chatted to you last week. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the arms.
Thanks, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually at work still. But I'm gonna log off now actually. So it's gonna probably take me around about 15 minutes. You know.
What do you think about the team then, buddy? Have you seen it? We've got Martial looking like he's starting on the left.
Yeah, that and surprise, surprise. I also for my fantasy team, Ronaldo is in there also. You know, and I captain him as well. I'm captain him as well. But our team, uh, look, I think something did happen. That's for sure. You know, but look, Ollie is probably thinking the way Fergie's thinking now. You know, I think the team, it's a good team still. But Martial, if he performs today, then you will get more chances. That's the way I see it. You know.
Yeah, as I said, I'm kind of surprised that he's given him the opportunity, given what happened against West Ham. But Martial, man, take it or leave it. Today surely has to be a take it or leave it game for Tony. I don't think he's going to get any more chances after today.
Yes, for sure. That's for sure. I'm a little bit concerned about Sancho. That is not in there, and he had a decent game. Game, you know. But maybe Ollie is keeping him for the return of Rashford. You know.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But what's your prediction today, Craig? What do you think based on that team against Everton? You know, Everton are in decent form, same points as us in the league so far. You think we'll win?
Yeah, that whoa, I will go for a 3-2 in our favor. Yeah,
I'll definitely take a 3-2. I'll take any sort of win right now after Aston Villa last week. And
yeah,
it's going to be an interesting game to watch, and it will definitely be an interesting match reaction to do as well, because there already are some big talking points there that I didn't.
That's for sure. That's for
expect.
sure. Yeah.
But you make sure you get home from work, mate. Get home and enjoy the game, and I'll speak to you after.
I will. Thanks. Cheers.
Take it easy, Craig. I mean, head down to the comments here. As always, throughout every entire stream, welcome to United. If you haven't been here before, welcome to United Legacy Arms. This is the pre-match pub. Look, you can see a little beer there, a little bit of wine there for the ladies, little fruit-based beverage for the ladies, a little bit of lager. If you watch El Murray, that's his pub landlord joke. It's not me being sexist. And there's a tip jar. If anybody wants to throw a tip into the jar, then the United Legacy Arms are only going to get bigger and better in the future. So cheers to everyone. I've just got so many questions that I didn't think that I would have about this game. De Gea, cool. Let's go back and look at the lineup here together again. De Gea, sweet. Of course, Lindelof and Varane, fine with that. Shaw coming back in. I thought he was going to play. He's in my starting 11, so I got the back five right. I got the midfield wrong. Pogba's the biggest question I've got out of all of that. Really is the biggest question I've got. Because this is the last game we are going to have without Marcus Rashford in the starting 11, okay? When Marcus Rashford is fit next week, Marcus Rashford will come back in. Therefore, Marcus Rashford will definitely be taking this spot. That's Rashford's now for life. Not for life, but as soon as he's fit. Which means the only place you're really going to see Pogba is back here in midfield. So I'm a bit surprised that he didn't start Pogba in central midfield. As Vaishnav said there, look, he should start Pogba in centre because Rashford's coming. That's what I expected to see. I really expected to see that. That's really kind of taken me by surprise. But he's stuck with McTominay and Fred. You know what he's like. He's loyal. He's loyal to these hoes. Sorry, I just called McTominay and Fred hoes. Yeah, they might be. You don't know. But yeah, I mean, obviously, this is a real sticking point today. This is the sort of game where, I mean, look, as I said, look how they've lined up here against Norwich. Look at that. 4 nice, disciplined banks of foot. And Doucouré is such a powerful, big central midfielder that Bruno's going to find that space very squeezed between Keane, Allen, Doucouré, and Mina. You're probably going to find Bruno Fernandes getting overloaded today. I imagine you're going to see this. You're basically going to see Bruno in prison on the pitch. you're going to see Bruno and Cavani. Unless they move, they're going to find themselves really tucked in and stuck in between two disciplined lines. And it's Rafa Benitez, so you know that the discipline's going to be there. The shape will be there. No questions asked. That's one thing that you definitely can say about Everton, about Rafa Benitez. But look, let me head down to the comments. I can see Edmund, you're waiting here patiently. I'll bring you on. And Ian, I'll tell you what, Ian's driving. There he is. Let me bring him in. How you doing, Ian, sir?
I'm good, thanks, Sam, mate. How are you getting on?
I'm doing all right. How's the signal? Where are you?
I'm just coming up towards towards the back of the Salford Keys area now. So I'm about 5-10 minutes away from parking.
Right, we're circle roundabout.
You might hear me dad in the background as well.
Hello, Ian Senior. How you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm not bad, thanks. You?
Nice to meet you, mate.
I'm a bit worried about this team, though.
Yeah, let's have a chat then, lads. So we've got De Gea, we've got Lindelof and Varane and Sean Wan-Bissaka. No real questions there, but it's Fred and McTominay in midfield. By the looks of it, it's Martial on the left, it's Griezmann on the right, it's Bruno in the middle, and Cavani up front. But what do you think then?
Oh, I'm not happy.
No? What are you not happy about?
No, Martial for one. I'm not so happy about Fred. No, I think this is going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough one to win this.
I think it will be tough. As I said, like if you look at how Everton play under Benitez, they're in shape. They're going to sit deep. They're going to play with Rondon and Gray on the counter attack. And bear in mind, they don't have Calvert-Lewin. They don't have Richarlison. They don't have Gomez. They've got quite a few injuries. So they're I don't know. They're on the same amount of points as us. And if we can't do it against Villa, then today against Everton is definitely going to be harder, right?
It is. It is. You're right. Yeah.
What I want to know is what is Martial? Why have we chosen Martial to start?
I have no idea.
Has he been working on something? Has he impressed Ole? I don't get that one.
I'm very strange on that one, as I said, because in that position you could play Lingard on form in that position. You could play Pogba in a position which he probably favours, or you could play Sancho, who's played out there. And instead of playing Lingard, Pogba, or Sancho, he's played the most out of form striker that we've got. So something's going on here.
I was going to say about his selection. I would say I think Cavani starting ahead of Ronaldo might be a better selection than people think. Cavani, if he wants to play, we talked. I think it was yesterday. You said Ronaldo's not a pressing forward at all. Cavani is. He will press. We saw that against Villareal when he won the ball back a couple of times. So maybe there's an element of tactical decision making there, choosing a forward who's going to press a little bit more.
I mean, yeah, I would agree with that, but then at the same time, he's decided to start Martial. So if you're looking at pressing forwards, then Lingard would have been a million times better. Pogba anybody would have been better than Martial in the press, unless Martial impresses us today, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Martial starts pressing.
Maybe like you said, this is last chance rodeo for Martial. Maybe that's what Ole said. This is what I want you to go and do. Go do that. Otherwise, you're on the transfer list.
What are you thinking about the game today? What's your predictions, lads?
I mean, mine was 3-1 with Varane to score his first goal.
I was thinking 2-2.
2-2. Oh no.
Yeah, this isn't going to be easy. I don't think. I don't think it's going to be easy today.
2-2. I'm still hurting from the 4-4 that happened a few years ago, so I don't want to know big.
I was in Liverpool the Saturday that happened. I was in a pub in Liverpool.
That's not the best place to be for that.
No, it wasn't. The only match in bloody Liverpool that day.
of all the places to be, my word. I hope it's not a score draw. I hope it's a win. As I said, I've got more questions than confidence really about that team. But sometimes when you're annoyed about the starting 11, you end up with egg on your face, and it ends up working out perfectly. So hopefully,
it may well do. Today, right? I hope I'm wrong.
I hope we're all wrong as well. But enjoy the game, lads, and I'm sure I'll speak to you after.
Yeah, cheers for that.
Cheers. Look at that. Got Ian and Ian Senior. It's a great look. Enjoy the game, lads. I'm jealous of you. I'm looking outside. It's a bit grey and miserable, so I'm not jealous in that sense. But you're going to watch the Mighty Reds play today. Oh man, honestly, like you let me know in the comments, eh? What's your biggest questions about that starting 11? What's your biggest concerns about that starting 11? Is it the fact that we've got Fred and McTominay in midfield? Is it the fact that we've got Martial playing out wide left instead of Pogba, instead of Lingard on form, instead of Sancho? Cavani for Ronaldo. I think Ian, you made a decent point there. Cavani is that pressing player. Cavani and Bruno as a pressing unit, and Greenwood, mate. If you put Cavani there with Bruno there, Rashford on the left and Greenwood on the right, United would be an absolute pressing machine. Absolutely pressing machine. But I don't know. There's questions. There's questions. I can see a few more of you down here waiting patiently in the arms. I can see someone who's been late to the party. That's Captain Orr. I'll bring Orr in. I'll bring Klein in. Let's bring both of you in together, lads. How are you getting on?
Hey, Sam. How you doing?
Hey, Klein.
Yeah, man.
How you all?
Orr.
Good. How?
Orr. Talk to me. Give me some wisdom.
So I've just I've been late. I've been at work. I just gotten home. So we're playing McFred again. I'm really scared for. It's going to be the battle of the midfield, to be honest. I think Decore's been really, really good on form. So is Alan. Yeah. And can't wait for Decore to be running straight through our midfield tonight.
Yeah,
He's big. He's physical. I would love how to see how Fred's going to deal with him, because Fred's not the most, unit at all. It's like David and Goliath, that really. Yeah, and it's a bit odd that Marshall's playing as well today. As Ian was on before. Cavani will press, but Marshall is not really known for his pressing, is he? So it's an odd selection. And also Yerry Mina against Lindelof. That would be interesting.
What from corners?
Corners.
Oh God. Hey, look. Yeah, I honestly, I do have to. I know we conceded that set piece against Villa, but I do have to take confidence about how we've coped with defending set pieces this season. We've definitely got better at that. I mean, it staggers me how crap we are offering a threat from set pieces when we've got Varane, we've got Maguire, we've got Pogba, and we've got Ronaldo. We've got the most and McTominay as well, the most ridiculously big team. But Klein, what are you thinking, man? Are you sharing the same concerns as all, or what are you thinking? A bit more positive?
I'm scared, Sam. I'm very, very scared for this. Honestly speaking, this my fantasy league has now gone tits up. And yeah,
I had
Ronaldo for a shit show today. Honestly,
everyone's sitting with Ronaldo. To be fair, I made Bruno captain, so I've avoided the Ronaldo bench. I've still got Ronaldo on my team, but I made Bruno captain. And Bruno today, look, you're looking at these players that he's going to have to instigate something there, because Everton are going to be so in shape, in discipline. I think that Bruno's going to have to somehow be the person that picks that apart, because with McTominay and Fred there. And again, that's what today is a sort of game where people are right to voice their frustrations about McTominay and Fred. Tactically looking at this, it's going to be Everton hitting on the counter-attack. You don't need two defensive midfielders against the counter-attack. You only need one mobile midfielder. Someone like Fred would probably suit that. And maybe you're going to see McTominay instead. You're probably going to see him move forward quite a lot today. I think anyway. It depends how aggressive Alan and Decore are. If they, as you say, or if they break through the lines, then it's going to be tough.
What I don't understand is we've got Matic. We know that Matic can't play a lot of games in a week, like 2 games in a week. Why are we not playing him? We've got a 2-week break, international break right now. I think this would be the perfect game to play Matic. Is he injured?
Matic, Is Matic even on the bench? Oh, he's on the bench. Yeah, he's on the bench.
Yeah.
No, he's on the bench.
Why are we not playing Matic? Like Matic
I don't know.
Somebody else. I don't understand what Ollie's obsession with McFred is. I mean, I hope they play well, but from past performances, I'm really scared. Decore and Alan.
There's a comment coming in from Victorum's now back in the building. What's he saying? He said, "Let me get this straight. We have Van der Beek, Pogba, and Matic on the bench, and he starts Fred and McTominay. Is Ole that dumb? Why sign Sancho if you're going to bench him? Van der Beek, Matic over Fred any day, and Martial question marks." So I don't think Victorum's particularly happy with anything that we're seeing in that starting 11. Yeah. And as I said, of all the starting 11s we've had this season, that's the one with the most questions. That's the one with the most, oh, I didn't expect that. But as I said to Ian, and Ian, he's going to be Ian Senior until I find out what his name is. Sometimes it's these sort of starting 11s where you end up with egg on your face by complaining about it, because it ends up that the team is better. The press is going to be important here. The press is really going to be important. I would say that's my biggest question mark about why is Martial there? If we're going to be playing Cavani, we're going to be playing Bruno, we're going to be maybe trying to, because a good way to break down a team that sits deep like that is if you win the ball high up the pitch, when the defense is slightly out of shape, that's when it's easier for you to just boom, 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 move quick and get goals. So why are we playing Martial? If it jars me that a little bit, it's a bit like playing Lingard on the left, Bruno in the middle, Greenwood on the right, and then playing Ronaldo up top, because Ronaldo doesn't press. Martial doesn't press. Maybe he will impress us. Maybe he'll surprisingly change his game up. But I'm surprised he got the opportunity. He had that chance against West Ham. He was absolutely, let's be honest, he was shit against West Ham. He was really it wasn't just bad. It was like a really, really bad performance. So Solskjaer, you know what Ole's done, man. Ole is someone who does not throw his players under the bus. He will give them a long piece of rope to hang themselves with. He won't just give somebody unless he names Donny van der Beek, and then he just getting hung straight away.
Give Donny the rope.
Donny's got the shortest rope in the entire world, like a 2-inch rope, poor lad. But no, what's your prediction for the game today, based on that team, and I suppose your concerns about how Everton might play?
I don't think it's going to be a clean sheet. I think we'll still win 2-1, maybe. 2-1.
You're going for a 2-1.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you, Klein? How are you feeling?
Or I'd have to disagree with you. I think it's going to be a lot tighter than that. I think it's going to be a 1-0 win.
1-0?
1-0.
1-0. Okay.
1-0.
Yeah.
Clean sheet?
Clean
What are they?
sheet.
I've never seen one of those. The fuck are they?
It's been a while.
Well, look, lads, it has been a while. Hey,
look. Before I go, I'm glad that Calvin Lewin and Richarlison are not playing.
Oh, hell yeah. Calvin Lewin would 100% score a header today. 100%. That's like the easiest banker of a bet that would be. So that does help United, but maybe in the same sense, if they had those players, you might be seeing Everton coming to Old Trafford today with a slightly more aggressive style. Because they don't have those players, they might sit slightly deeper and feel they're only capable of hitting on the counter-attack with Rondon. Rondon's dangerous, man. Rondon's a big dude. Really big dude. So Lindelof might struggle against him physically. And Varane, he made that really strange mistake. It was Villareal, wasn't it? Missed the ball completely. Lost his concentration. But McTominay and Fred don't do what I think you're going to do. You probably will do what I think you're going to do. But these sorts of games these are the games where they can become horribly exposed. So I hope it doesn't happen, but you never know.
1-0, and they'll play again next game. So
Donny might Donny might play. The next game is Leicester away, isn't it? Leicester away. Yeah. But no, look, lads, I share your concerns about that starting 11. I'm not. Pardon me. Too much gas in the old beer. I'm not going to be too critical, because I've always end up with egg on my face, being pissed off at the starting 11. It's not that I'm pissed off. It's just that I'm surprised. I think Pogba not being in there is the one that really surprises me the most. I can understand not playing Sancho. I can understand resting Ronaldo, but not playing Pogba and playing Fred and McTominay, that's an odd choice for me. That's quite an odd choice. But
who's going to create?
Well, who is going to create? I mean, look, McTominay does have a passing range on him. It's not as if he can't pass. We have seen it, but McTominay has to excel today. And Fred's just going to be Fred, right? Fred's just going to be Fred. You all know what you're going to expect from Fred, so don't expect anything else, right? You're just going to be disappointed. But look, lads, I share your concerns for sure. I'll speak to a few more of the guys here in the stream, and make sure you hear after the game. But Tony, surprise me. That's the one I want to be surprised about. Score a goal. So have a banging game. Just don't do what you did against West Ham. That's what I would say. But thanks for coming in, lads. And I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Colin, I can see your comment here. I didn't ignore that, sir. I was waiting to answer that one. What did you say? I see this as an opportunity for Martial before Rashford comes back. If he fails, then that's it, hopefully. I don't know about Van der Beek. Ole should be experimenting. Well, in that sense, then he is experimenting. That is, as far as United in the Premier League goes, that's quite an experimental experimental-ish lineup. Not that experimental, really. Cavani coming in up front, Martial out on the left, and Maguire not playing because he's injured. I suppose in that sense, it's not that experimental. But I'll be completely honest. I share the lads' concerns. I do share the lads' concerns. Who have we got? Who is in their team? What is the formation of their team? Keane and Mina are going to be two decent centre-backs. Michael Keane's really come on well since he left United. Fair play to him. Alan Decore, they're a good little and large playmaker, destroyer. Very clearly defined midfield roles for both of them. Townsend's a decent player, I would say. Townsend's someone who surprised me, I suppose. Gordon, who the fuck is Gordon? No idea. Graham Rondon. Does that mean they're playing two up front? Or is Gordon a sort of wing back? Is it Digne? Godfrey? I don't rightly know. Maybe he's playing where Iwobi normally played. Let's have a look. If we're looking here, Iwobi played on the left there. That must be just what it is. He must just be playing over there. Simple as that. Gray is dangerous, says and mate, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I'll let you know in the comments now. Everyone firing your predictions for the game. And I'll speak about my prediction too. Victor, you are not a big fan of Solskjaer. I'll be completely honest. I can see your comments down there. But yeah, Gray is dangerous. But the counter-attack is going to be very dangerous today. That's what Everton, by the looks of things, will be going for. They're going to be sitting deep, soaking it up, hitting hard and fast on the counter-attack. That's where Demarai Gray is going to be very good. That's where Fred today has to really operate in the middle of that pitch very, very well. Demarai Gray is going to be someone who basically, I imagine, his average position today is pretty much going to be bang on the halfway line. He's going to be just sitting there waiting for that pass in behind, waiting for that pass down the line, coming in here, and Rondon's just going to basically goal hang as much as possible. And Rondon's going to be dangerous. Of course, they'll be dangerous from set pieces. Everybody's bloody dangerous against United from set pieces. Gungshi, you're saying Gray is dangerous. I agree. He's got a great shot on him. What are the predictions? Let me go down here and see what you are thinking. Anybody who's spamming links in the comments, can the mods just give them a quick people's elbow and boot them out? Because they ain't welcome here. CLMA, how you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. Saying 2-1 loss. The lineup is all wrong. Change my mind. 10-0 again. Yeah. All the beer's kicking in now. That's what we want. Jacek, you're saying 3-1. Carl, you're saying 2-1 loss. 2-1 there. This chat is delusional. Well, hello, Most Rad Cat. Nice to see you. Nice to feel chipper this morning. Is it this morning? No, it's this afternoon now. 2-0 United, says Nicky Bless. 4-0 says Takeoff. And bear in mind this, and I always say this, United have only scored once before 30 minutes all season long against Young Boys, and we lost that game. We don't score early goals, all right? So as much as I want to say, I want to see United come and get an early goal, blah, blah. This season is showing us that that's not going to happen. And if it does happen, I'll be pleasantly surprised, but I'm not expecting it to happen. I'm expecting Manchester United today to try, maybe for the first 5 minutes, is what we saw against Aston Villa too. First 5-10, you thought, oh, tempo. And then it went, psst. It's like someone deflated the tyre. And that's what happened. And then the game slowed down quite a lot. But Everton, man, Everton are going to really frustrate us. Because if you're Benitez, you come into this game as a manager going, I know exactly how to beat United. Just got to get my team 2 banks of 4, hit on the counter-attack, get a goal up, then sit deep in shape. It's a very straightforward thing to do. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. You have to be very disciplined. You have to be very organised. But if there are 2 characteristics of that Everton team that you know they're going to have under Benitez, it's organisation and discipline. So I would expect Everton to try and get that goal and then just shut up shop. Because why not? It works against United. Victor, sorry, Sam, but Fred and McTominay over Matic and Pogba. Ole. Hey, look, that's what I'm saying. That's one where I'm confused. I'm concerned. I'm annoyed. I'm really surprised that Pogba's not in the middle of the park there. We need a creator there. So instead today, we're going to be seeing, let's have a look. Let's pull up the tactics board. School. You're going to be seeing McTominay. What we need is a connection between those 4. For us to be able to play out from the back, we're going to be needing McTominay or Fred to drop. What we need to see, and I've already run through this with you before, haven't I? You want to see Fred dropping deep there, McTominay slightly further up, and then Bruno probably dropping about there. That's what you want to see. So the ball can make its way from De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Fred. That sort of, playing through the middle. But look how tight it is there. That's what I'm saying. Bruno's going to find that he has very little space on the ball today. Judging by the starting 11s, it might be different according to how the game pans out. But according to how they're lining up here, Bruno's going to find his space squeezed today, which means we might struggle through the middle. You might see United really forcing the ball out wide more often than not. And therefore, even more of an imperative for Martial to have a good game. I find that's the one that surprised me the most is Martial. The one that confuses me the most is why we're not playing Pogba in midfield as one of those two when we know we're going to need creator from deep. Let me go down to the comments here and see what you are saying. Matic can't play every game, so when are you meant to leave him out? I mean, we've hardly played him. He came on for the last, 10 minutes against Villareal and added such a calm, assured nature to our football that we started to actually play a bit of ball. And Matic was a big reason that happened, man. I know people don't like talking about Matic, and Matic is not the answer to our midfield problems because he's bloody old. But Matic is certainly a better option than playing Fred and McTominay for a full 90 minutes. Is one looking to be sacked? 80 million for Sancho to bench him. Look, I have no concerns at all about Jadon Sancho being on the bench. And I don't think Jadon Sancho will have any concerns at all about being on the bench. He knows he's been slightly out of form. He knows that he's been started in plenty of games. And there will be matches where he isn't started. And today, Martial blows my mind. Blows my mind that he's starting there. Hey, it's not to say that he can't play well. And that's why I'm reserving judgment here. I'm not going to be that guy that comes in saying, Martial, what a bunch of crap. What a shit player. What's the point? And then he goes and scores in the game. And after the game, I'm going, oh, Martial. Martial is a good footballer. We don't see it enough. For every good performance, he's got 4 performances where he disappears. And look, I can see a comment there, which I agree with. Juzar, why not Lingard? It's a good question. I've always said play players on form. If we're looking at players on form, Lingard is the most informed player. Maybe he's just keeping him as that bench option because Lingard has done it very well from the bench. But if Villareal was a struggle, and it was a struggle, if Aston Villa was a struggle, and that was even more of a struggle, if West Ham was a struggle, and that was a struggle too, this game, I think, is going to be even more of a struggle than all 3 of those. I think Everton are coming here with a very firm, disciplined game plan. They're going to be extremely tight, extremely well disciplined, not leaving any spaces. And I think they'll play as a unit. And United, typically, these are the teams we struggle against the most. So therefore, I'm as concerned as everybody down here, apart from Gary. Everton, they're crap. 3 points, don't stress, easy. Well, Gary, I wish I could share that positivity. You're disagreeing there. Look, hey, I'm happy to be proven wrong. As I always said, I'm happy to be proven wrong. But yeah, it's just a couple of really surprising hits in that starting 11 that I just didn't expect. Oh, what are you saying? Not going to lie. I'm disappointed about the lineup, but absolutely pumped for the game. Come and support your people, your team. Come and support your team. It's going to be a tough game. It will be a tough game. And you know what? Winning those tough games, they're fucking great. It's like going into the Champions League against the most elite opposition, and you're nervous, you're tense, and you come out of that with a victory. The feeling is stronger. It's like, it's a chest pumper, and that's what we need to see from Manchester United today. I can see Anuj down here in the comments. Let me get you up here, sir. I haven't brought you on yet. How are you doing, Anuj? What do you think about that team, sir?
I have just an opinion just like you, man. I was genuinely surprised Martial is starting. I would have kept Lingard there, and then I would started Pogba in the midfield with Fred.
Yeah, well, what do you think is going to happen then? What's your prediction from that game?
I mean, I understand that Ronaldo needs to be rested. He's 36, but I predicted before the lineups came that we would win 3-0. But now I'm concerned, and I think it's going to be a close game, like 2-1 or 3-2, something like that.
2-1, 3-2,
I don't see us keeping a clean sheet this game because I mean our midfield's going to get exposed. I feel.
I agree with that. I agree with it. Look, I think everyone shares your concerns, Anuj. I think we all do. I think everyone's going into this game with a little bit of trepidation, but make sure you're here after the game, buddy. I hope that we win. I hope you're right, and I do agree with you. It's going to be a really, really tight game, Joe. I think it's going to be a really tight game. I think it's actually. I'll be honest. I think today is going to be. I'm predicting a 1-0. I'm predicting a 1-0 United. Judging by how these teams are set up on paper, judging by how we know Rafa Benitez plays, judging by we know how Everton play under Rafa Benitez, I expect it to be 0-0 at half-time. Happy to be proven wrong. Happy to be proven different. But if this game pans out as we expect it to, it will be 0-0 at half-time. If United can get that early goal, you know that early goals change everything. Change the style. If we get an early goal, you force Everton to come out of their shell. You can't let them be a hermit crab if they're sitting there in that shape. But, hey, concerns today. But at the same time, we've still got Bruno Fernandes on the pitch. We've still got Cavani on the pitch. We've still got Greenwood on the pitch. Birthday boy Greenwood coming up with a little goal to sprinkle on top of his cake. But for me, my prediction is 1-0. If this game goes how it should, it will be tight the whole way through. And United have got the quality there. Maybe Ronaldo comes on for a late winner. Let's see. Lone Wanderer, you're going for a 1-1 draw. David is saying, where's Ronaldo? Ronaldo's on the bench today, sir. Let's see what goes. But look, he's 36, man. Hey, look at that. Look at what's trending on Twitter. Look there on the right-hand side. He's 36, mate. He is 36. McFred's also trending. I bet that's a barrel of laughs. Have a look at this. We wanted rotation. Oh, fuck off. Goldbridge. I don't know why I'm looking at that. It's just going to be... Who needs Twitter? Who needs Twitter when we're on here, eh? Who needs Twitter? But we'll get 5 more minutes. Get your opinions in. Get any questions or any concerns that I haven't spoken about ahead of kickoff. You let me know in the comments below. I'll try and answer as many of your questions as possible. As I said, we know how Everton are going to set up. We know how Manchester United are going to set up. For me, the most important talking point of that game is how does Martial play? Martial is really going to define our style of play going forward. I think because of how tight they're going to be in the middle of the park, I expect Bruno to have very little space here. If Bruno's going to have space, he's going to have to move around a lot today. It's going to be tough for Bruno. It's not impossible for Bruno, of course. Bruno's an incredible player, but I think he's going to find it quite difficult to find space. Do you think this is a must-win game, says CL? Or do you think a draw will be good enough? After you lose to Aston Villa, you need to win the next game in the Premier League. Absolutely simple as that. And remember, I've said it last weekend, when City played Chelsea, Liverpool play City this weekend. If United have got any sort of ambition, it's these weekends where Manchester United need to take advantage and pick points up against our rivals around us that are going to drop points. Or you're saying they're going to swarm Bruno. They are going to swarm Bruno. I expect today being a situation where Bruno Fernandes is frustrated. Bruno Fernandes finds himself very squeezed out. But let's go, eh? Let's go. Harry, Sam, see you at halftime. Going on a mad one. I hope it means you're going on a mad one. Enjoy it, sir. Hey, look, if you are new and you're here, welcome to the United Legacy Arms. Let's see if we can... Oh, look at that. I've had 13 new subscribers. Welcome aboard, 13 new subscribers. Let's see if we can in the next 5 minutes. It won't happen. Let's get 600. Let's get another 29 subscribers. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Get involved. The United Legacy Arms is open every single pre-match for an hour. We have a nice chat. Undercover Thugs, you've sent in a super chat, sir, but you haven't actually said anything. So I don't know. Ryden, you're saying, sorry to say, Sam, Ollie doesn't know how to use his players. Van de Beek should be playing. As I said, I've reached a sort of acceptance stage of grief with Donny van de Beek. He's not going to play. I'm not going to get pissed off about it anymore. I've accepted the fact that Donny needs to leave in January. So sort of, I'm at a different point with Donny now. Although I do still feel that he would and could and would improve our midfield, Pogba should be playing there first and foremost in midfield. Out of either of them, I'm going to choose Paul Pogba. Well, it's a shame you sent that in because I'm not going to. But all I'll say, each to their own. Fancy Luke Shaw to score today, says Gary. Hey, Luke Shaw, we didn't know whether Luke Shaw was even going to be fit today, did we? I'm not surprised. I think it was an illness that ruled him out of the game against Villareal. Tellez, I thought, played okay. I thought Tellez didn't have a bad game whatsoever. It was Diogo Dalot who had an absolute stinker. So Wan-Bissaka, I missed you. Don't be getting any red cards again anytime soon, you absolute bloody whopper. Hey, Ben, how you doing, buddy? Arguably 5 of our best players on the bench today. And, mate, yeah, you're looking at a bench that can change a game. Let's have a look at it again. Let's pull it up. Man United's bench today, real game changers. And credit to Solskjaer, our bench has changed the game for a lot of it. Lingard scored the winner away to West Ham. Lingard got the assist for Ronaldo the other night. And our bench today has got Lingard, Matic, Pogba, Van der Beek, Ronaldo, and Sancho. Looking at those in terms of how the game is structured, the most likely substitute is Ronaldo at some point. The second most likely substitute is Van der Beek at some point. And the third substitute is either going to be Sancho or Matic, depending on how the game is being played out, depending on whether we need to bring someone in to shore up midfield or whether we need someone in and we're chasing a goal. I think Ronaldo and Pogba are definite to come on. And the third one is different. Anand saying, do we still need Ole as a coach? I think Ole needs new coaches. I've spoken about that a lot. I'm going to be speaking about it next week as well. Get yourself a Lemsip, says Ben. I'm coming off the end of the week. I've been a bit bunged up. It's not Colombian flu. But I've been a bit bunged up this week. I don't know why. It's because winter's coming in. The grey clouds are looming down. It's annoying. But I'm nervous about today. I'm really nervous about how United are going to play. I think if we didn't do it against Aston Villa, why are we all of a sudden going to do it against Everton, which is a tougher team? Better form, better players, I would argue better manager. If we struggle against Villa, odds are we're going to struggle here today. I think it's going to be 0-0 going into half-time, and it's whether or not we can change the game enough in that second half. But Everton know what to do. They're going to sit there disciplined, hard, deep, Benitez football. You know that he's a coach who gets that out of his players. And it's one thing that everybody criticizes Ole Gunnar Solskjaer about. Gary, sitting here, Mr. Positive. That's what we like. We like positivity on this channel, sir. I really don't know why you're all in panic mode. I wouldn't say everyone's in panic mode. I think everyone's going in with a bit of a like a beard scratcher. A beard scratching mode. That's what we're all doing, like concerned FC. I think that's what we are going into that game. And hopefully Martial can come and surprise me. Surprise me, Tony. I love I love surprises. I'm sure you love surprises too. And I would like to see Martial come and play a pressing game because Bruno's there, Cavani's there. We're gonna be pressing from the front. So Martial's got to get involved in that. Victor, United are title contenders. Really? We can't win games with that midfield, let alone trophies. Ole is clueless. Ole is digging his own grave. He'll get sacked if he keeps playing Fred and McTominay in midfield. I said this to everybody as well, Victor, and I will agree with you there. It's all about not being stubborn. And Solskjaer wasn't stubborn against Villareal. He switched it. He played McTominay. We switched to a triple, different style of midfield completely. And we played horrendously in terms of the amount of strong chances we conceded. So what you're seeing here with McTominay and Fred is probably an immediate direct consequence of Solskjaer going, you know what, let's take a risk against Villareal. And it didn't work out in midfield. A lot of us would prefer to have seen Pogba and Matic today. That was in my preferred 11. That was Van der Beek and Matic who played in midfield against Everton in the preseason when we pumped them 4-0. Why are we not seeing that today? I don't know. We're seeing completely different midfielders. But as I said, the fact that McTominay is playing, the fact that Fred is playing is for me a direct response to Manchester United's really poor performance against Villareal. I thought Solskjaer took a risk there. He took a risk. He played an actual 3. It was McTominay on his own with Pogba and Bruno in front of him. I was getting hard on watching it. And then it went floppy really quite quick when I actually watched us play football like it. But he took the risk against Villareal and it backfired. Ronaldo dug us out and meant that didn't turn into a bad result. Performance-wise, it was abysmal. So to see him switch back to Fred and McTominay, honestly, you can't be surprised. Surely you're not surprised by that, because I certainly am not. How are we doing here? Are we going to hit the lovely... Oh, I don't think we will. Everyone's feeling a bit stingy. Everyone's feeling a bit concerned FC. 573. We'll go for another 2 minutes before kickoff. Any more comments, you fire them in. Any more questions, you fire them in the super chats if you really fancy. And make sure you subscribe if you're new to United People's TV. But kickoff's in 8 minutes. I've seen starting 11s this season where I've been far more confident than I have of that starting 11. And those teams let me down. If I'm looking at the team we played against Villa, I was like, yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, I can get behind that. And look what happened. All right. I'm not sitting here today saying that United are going to get pumped. I'm saying I can see exactly how Everton are going to play against us. It's very simple, very obvious. And we have to know that. That's why Fred and McTominay, for me, doesn't really represent the best starting setup against the team we know is going to sit in their shape, 2 banks of 4 with Gray and Rondon on the counter-attack. It's a sort of formation where, in my opinion, I don't really think you need 2 holding midfielders. But he doesn't trust anybody to play that role in his own, apart from Matic. Matic is the surprise today. Matic only played 10 minutes against Villareal. I know we can't play him every game, but today looked like a game there. Looked like a game, I think, where he could have played. Hey, Sam, just joined, finished college. What's happening? Bad lineup? It's a strange lineup, my friend. Nice to see you. I'm not sure I've seen you about here. If you are new, make sure you subscribe, get involved. But if we're looking at the lineup, let's bring it up one more time before we wrap up today. There she is. Right there. I like it when you put it right there. Oh, Ed, I can see you down the bottom there, sir. Let me just bring Ed on quickly. You've been waiting there patiently in the comments there, sir, and I actually haven't brought you on. I'll let you get your headphones back on. But De Gea, Lindelof and Varane, no surprises. Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, good. Midfield, Fred and McTominay. Question marks. Martial on the left wing. Real question marks. Bruno in the middle. I think I agree with Orr. He's probably going to get swarmed today. Not sure what's going to go on there. And then we've got Greenwood on the right, birthday boy, and Cavani up front. Ronaldo is rested. Ronaldo's going to be rested, man. Don't be pissed off about that. It's those concerns. It's Fred and McTominay, and it's Martial. They are your question marks about the team today. But look, don't get too annoyed about it in pre-kickoff, lads. All right? Clean your toilet, Sam. It stinks. It's like Anfield in there. This super chat will help. Look, the tip jar. There's a little jingle for the tip jar. Jingle. That's my tip jar. I need to get a little jingle for it. Sir McFred is undroppable, says Ixo. Hey, look, it is. And Ben, you're not the only one here, my friend. This is a pain we're all feeling. My FPL is crying right now. Is crying. But look, lads, it's 5 minutes till kickoff, all right? You go and enjoy the game. You make sure you hit me up on Twitter at @SamPeebles_ if you want. Let's enjoy it. Let's see what goes on. I'm concerned about Martial. I'll be happy to be proven wrong. I'm sure you will be too. Enjoy the game today and make sure you're here within half an hour of the full-time whistle. My match reaction will be on here, and hopefully it's after a win. Thank you very much for joining in the United Arms today, United Legacy Arms. Cheers, everyone, and I will see you after the game. Take it easy, everyone.